Jesus speaks about curses, crosses, and the necessity to learn how to use the word no. May 11th, 2018. Words from Jesus to Sister Clare, spoken by Jackie. The Lord is giving me strength and wisdom. Thank you, dear Jesus, that you're teaching us how the enemy operates and making us stronger every day. Amen. I have been struggling with feelings of failure. Can anyone relate to that? Even after prayer, I was so loaded down with frustrations. Jesus began, "You are not my failure, you are my queen. I honor you, I love you, I believe in you, and this is only a temporary storm for the good of your nation. Clare, without this suffering combined together with all the others on this channel and around the world, we would be steeped in war right now." Yes, the threats of war have been great, even as spoken of. But greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. And you have given yourself to me without conditions, and I needed this from you, my darling. I thought of something I maybe should have not done, and He interrupted me. Let's not talk about guilt right now. Let's talk about what is good and right. You are doing your job, and you will do it even better in the weeks to come. You are part of the Cyrenians' army of intercessors, reluctant to suffer until the sweetness of my cross touches the deepest part of your soul, and your heart is united with mine in the work that must yet be done. You are part of those who stand in the gap and carry heavy, messy crosses. Your enemies want you to think you are a failure. They wish you were. Then they would be rewarded by their master. But far from it. Everyone who loves this channel is in the Cyrenians' army, and we are making a difference and swinging the tide from death and destruction to negotiation and settlements, deals, pacts, stop, gap measures, and holding at bay the Third World War. Beloved, you have fallen so far in your confidence in me. Come back to me, Clare, and let me re-establish your authority, your place, and your standing. The enemy relentlessly persecutes you. You grow weary, and I relentlessly protect you. However, there are times such as these where I need that deep heart suffering, that I may make ends meet between even nations and peoples. You cannot afford to be distracted away from me in your time with me. My precious little family, when you're going along fairly well and all of a sudden distractions come from every nook and cranny and pile up on you to the point where you feel you have to answer emails, put out brush fires, etc., etc. Red flag. The enemy has cursed you with overwhelm and distractions, being sick at heart, failure, and all things deflating and discouraging. Rally up with me, my dear ones. Come back to your prayer closets and soak yourself in my love and healing. Do something physical to blow off the stress, like walking or swimming. Put on some positive music and keep going. Without me, you are a dried branch, good only for the fire. You must abide in me. You cannot let the enemy separate you from me, because this is how he weakens you. You know all this, my love. Why do you let them do this to you? and that is a rhetorical question. I see all that goes on and how they hang one curse after another on you, and my love burns them away. Don't grow discouraged by these curses. I turn to crosses, and later lift from your shoulders. Rather, rest in my arms, Clare. Lay back in my arms, knowing you are highly favored in my eyes, and by no means will evil overpower you, because you trust in me. And that is why they engineer and lay traps to steal your prayer time. They know your strength comes from me, and if they can cause that tie to be weakened, they can weaken you. Lord, it amazes me how you use evil for good, if we are willing to be patient and put all our trust in you. And I am amazed and deeply touched by your devotion and willingness to carry these crosses. Though they feel like failure, they are simply crosses I have allowed, that someday you will see were solid gold. And then they are coming off. My children, be aware that the devils are very clever and miss nothing. They miss nothing because they get a beating if they do. So you must all watch with great vigilance the directions you're headed in each day. Because they are so good at sidetracking you, especially with those closest to you that you love, and you feel you just can't say no to. I want you who are constantly saying yes, and yet it is seriously costing your relationship with me. I want you to learn how to use the word no. It doesn't have to be rude, but it can be, "I'm sorry dear, I can't stop and do that for you right now, but later I will help you." Or, "You'll have to find someone else, honey. I'm covered up over here, but I will say a prayer for you." Many times the enemy throws up problems to cause you to get involved in those around you. This is what they have done with Clare and Ezekiel. She goes to work, they attack him. She gets heartsick seeing him suffer. Yes, heartsick is another curse, and is unable to do what she had planned to do for the night. Things have changed substantially in that area, but I want you to be aware that you are being stalked and plagued with the very same tactics. Part of this for her has been to teach her how to cope with adversity without losing her place or orientation. This has been a difficult and painful lesson, but she's caught on. Now I want you to take a cue from her. This is how they play you. You have that time set apart. All of a sudden, you get a call and have to change your plans, or so you think. There are ways to inform relatives and friends that you are not in the babysitting business during certain hours and days, and they just have to cope or change their plans. Your plans belong to me for the kingdom of God. Mostly their plans belong to them for the world and the kingdom of the world. This is how Satan gets you to compromise and lose ground. Don't let him get away with it. Sooner or later, they are going to find out you are sold out to me and that they come after me. It's a painful and challenging way to get control of your life back, but you need to assess how much your relationship with me means to you. And the longer you put it off, the more ground you lose. Holy ground. Hearken to me, my people, and don't let the world steal our relationship away. Keep close to my heart, and I will hold you tight. if you wiggle and squirm. To get free and run with the world, I have no choice but to put you down and let you go. Therefore be vigilant, my loved ones, be vigilant, and pray for Clare and Ezekiel and their staff. The enemy truly hates them.